Ahayah, Bahasham, Yashiya, Rawach, Shabbat, Shalom, Barak, Athah, Qam Yashar'Al. Peace and blessings. Rise, O Israel. Welcome to Word War 3. That's Word War 3. Today's reference will be Numbers chapter 25, verse 14. And this discussion will be entitled Religion of Racism. Now, we did a reading on strangers in August of 2018. I'll put that in the comment block below, or I'll put the link in the comment section below. We did it back in August of 2018, and it's pretty much going on the lines of, why Israel should not be with other nations. And there are several people in the Hebrew Israelite community, the Hebrew Roots movement, the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, and Hebrew Israelite camps, and even individual Hebrews are out there saying that we should not marry into other nations. Now, I want to make it clear. The Bible does not say that. The Bible does not say don't marry other nations. It does not say that. And before we get started, Indigenous Hebrew Israelite Awakening is not a religious hate group. We simply live here. Now, again, the Bible does not speak about racism. In fact, you'll know that God was thoroughly against it. And I'm going to show you. Now, we find that Judah was married to Shuah, the Canaanite. You'll find that in Genesis chapter 38, verse 2. You'll also see that Judah did not marry Tamar, but he just simply had sex with a person who thought was a whore. And she is the great-grandmother of all Judeans. And you'll find that reference in Genesis chapter 38, verse 26. She was a Canaanite. And a Canaanite is simply a daughter of Ham. For we are sons of Shem. Canaanite are children of Ham. And again, the Bible makes reference to 70 souls. Jacob Israel left Canaan land and entered into Egypt with 70 souls. So who are they going to be marrying? 70 souls coming into Northeast Africa, into Egypt, just 70 souls. Who are they going to marry? So, and of course, Joseph, who was their savior at the time, Joseph being named Zaphnathpaaneah by the Egyptian pharaoh, and Zaphnathpaaneah means finder of mysteries. Joseph was married to Asenath, the Egyptian daughter of the priest of Qam. Joseph did not look at his wife with racist eyes or racist intentions. And he fathered 2 children. 2 tribes have Egyptian heritage. Let's go to the reference quote. Numbers chapter 25, verse 14. And this is going to be good, folks. Zimri of the tribe of Simeon. Now, Zimri was not a racist when he married, or got with the Midianite woman called Cozbi. And she was the daughter of Chief Zur. He's the Midianite chief. Now, again, Zimri was not racist when he got with her. Now, Moses leaves us the reason why Zimri and this Cozbi, the Midianite woman, was killed. He leaves us the reason, and it is for the matter of Peor and the matter of Cozbi, their sister. Now, when you look at the matter of Peor, the matter of Peor in the Bible is Baal-Peor, the Lord of Peor, which is it caused Israel to sin by sexual disgrace and by them eating sacrifices of the dead. These are things, just literally the Baal-Peor was a god or the god of these Midianite people who basically did what they wanted to do. And they taught they taught just things contrary to the God of the Bible. Now, if you're following a different God, then you're going to submit or subject yourself to the gods of those people. That's what this is saying right here. In Numbers chapter 25, verse 14. Now get this, folks. Moses was also married to a Midianitish woman. Right here, he is condemning Zimri of the tribe of Simeon, of the tribe of Simeon, for not simply marrying a Midianitish woman, but because of her acts that caused the tribal order of Israel to sin. And they was showing that, the Israelites can go and marry other people, but then bring those sins back to the tabernacle of God. This is not racism, folks. This is the separation, because being holy, you have to separate yourself from other gods and other ideas and things like that. That's why Moses had Zimri. Excuse me, I had a message there. That's why Moses had Zimri and Cozbi, the Midianitish woman, to be executed, because they were bringing in foreign ideas into the law of God. Do not add or subtract. Remember that. And again, this is not racism. This is something that Israelites must do in order to be pure from other nations and be pure of mind, body, and spirit. And remember that the matter of Baal-Peor, it comes to us from Balaam, when he was told to curse Israel coming out of Egypt. He was employed by Balak to go and curse them. Now, Negroes, pay much attention. Balaam made a prophecy that only we fit. You enslaved Negroes. A prophecy that only we fit. He made this prophecy in the beginning. That's another story. But let's keep going. Zelophehad's daughters. These women were of the tribe. I don't remember what tribe they're from. I think it was the tribe of Manasseh. And again, these are daughters of the children of Israel, and they were going to lose their fathers, the inheritance of their fathers. So if they married even into a different Israelite tribe, they would lose their inherited rights, the rights of their fathers. And you don't see any Hebrew Israelite group talking about this. They want to talk about racism, but they don't want to talk about Zelophehad's daughters. When they are saying these daughters are in the Bible, they're speaking directly to Moses, saying they don't want to lose the heritage of their father, the birthright, the land rights that are given to them, because Israel would get land rights when they got into the Canaan land. And it's not about, it's not about racism. It's about what your ancestors has given you. Again, what your ancestors have given you, and being holy, separate from God, or separate from other gods, separate for God and from other gods, or for the Most High, I'll say. But again, I won't say we, but again, those groups, those Hebrew Israelite groups out there that are racist, they don't go to what Miriam and Aaron said against Moses, because Moses married an Ethiopian woman. And when we look at the word Ethiopian, it literally means black face. And again, Moses was married to a Midianitish woman. But here is translated Ethiopian or Cushite. So he married a black-faced woman. And God told them to leave the tabernacle of the congregation. He immediately told them. When he seen this racism, he immediately told Aaron, Miriam, and Moses to leave the tabernacle of God. Why do you think? Why do you think God told them to leave the tabernacle? And who do you think would be judged after leaving the tabernacle? Was it Moses, who was married to this Ethiopian woman? Or would it be Aaron or Miriam? If you keep reading, you'll see that Miriam was cursed with leprosy. And this leprosy made her whiter than snow. So Miriam couldn't have been a white person. She had to be something of a dark hue to have her skin turn whiter than snow. So we're talking about tribal differences here. We're not talking about, Miriam was talking about tribal differences. She was saying, well, why herself and the patriarch Aaron was saying, why would God speak to Moses, who has this Cushite woman? And Miriam is also a prophetess, just like Aaron and Moses were prophets. She was a prophetess. She taught us the song of Moses. But again, God told them to get out of the tabernacle because of this racist idea. Now, 3 things to consider. You have statutes, commandments, you have laws, and you have the actual oracle of God. If you don't want to obey the word of God, you Hebrews out there, pay attention to this word oracle. This word oracle, in the Hebrew, it is massa. Our people were human trafficked, murdered, raped, and sent to the 4 corners of the earth to listen to massa, because we didn't listen to the Most High. He told us to listen to massa. This oracle, there's 2 words. This oracle. It means burden, carry, or a load. Oracle also means the utterance. What do you think that slaves were doing when they called upon massa in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, 1800s? They were literally worshiping the god they call themselves white people, massa. Because our ancestors didn't listen to the Most High, then he told them, okay, you don't want to listen to me? Then listen to your new massa. It's a part of the curse. Hebrew Israelites want to go to the apocryphal book called Tobit, chapter 4, verse 12. And there's other verses in the Bible like this. Now, again, Moses gives you a reason why the Midianitish woman and Zimri and Cozbi were destroyed in Numbers chapter 25, verse 14. And again, here, angry Hebrews and racist Hebrews, they want to go to Tobit chapter 4, verse 12. And in this book, the father is telling his son to chiefly Remember that word. Chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers. Don't take a wife of strangers. He's saying chiefly. Is this a commandment? No. This is an ordinance. This is a statute. It's not a commandment. He says to chiefly take a wife. Because if you take a wife of a stranger and they have a different God and, a different customs and culture, then you're going to be adding those gods, customs, and cultures to your life. And I believe in the New Testament. Oh, let me not overload myself. Let me stop. I'm going to stay in the Old Testament until we get to the end, because in the New Testament, it's going to say the same thing. Here we go. So again, you got law, statutes, and commandments. So the statutes, which are ordinances, and you can go to the Concordance 2708 for that, statutes. It says that these are customs. And in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5, Moses tells you that he teaches you customs. He teaches you the statutes. It's not God, it's Moses. Teaches you the statutes, which is customs, which is culture. To do right and do wrong. Moses is teaching that. And that was Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. And you get down to Deuteronomy chapter 4:12. He tells you that this is Moses again, telling you that there's only 10 commandments from God. So everything else is simply teachings. The law, which is, you can go to, the Concordance, Strong's Concordance 8451 for Torah, which is law. It's directions or instructions. For example, it's a teacher teaching you a lesson that you can either pay attention to or you can let it, you don't even have to listen to it. But again, these are not commandments. The commandments are direct words from God saying, do not, or thou shalt not. And there's only 10 of them. All the rest of them are statutes, ordinance, and, as such, these are things that you can do or not do. But if you don't do them, there's judgments. And that's what the whole covenant of God is. Either do good and you'll be blessed, or do bad and here's this judgment. And no people on the earth, no one ever has ever been judged like the true Hebrew Israelites, you Negroes out there. No one has ever been judged like us. And what I said that in the New Testament, well, let's get down to the wire here because we're running up on 18 minutes. And so if you go to the book of 2 Corinthians, Paul, he says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. It's specifically saying because unbelievers don't believe in the same God, the same Most High. They don't. So it's good for you to find someone who is on the same page as you. Think alike, act alike, all that good stuff. I had to learn that myself the hard way. Several times I had to learn that the hard way. My life was jacked up because I thought I can go be unequally yoked with certain people. That too is another discussion. But racism, today, folks, we have a black police officer who is licensed, who is employed by this historically racist country and group that taught him that he could make fun of Sean Reed. This is a black police officer working for the Indianapolis police, making fun of a veteran a young veteran named Sean Reed. This is going on today. And those Hebrew Israelite camps out there that are teaching racism, you're only putting evil inside of your temple. You're allowing evil to go inside of your temple and disrupting your vibration. And you telling God that you're going to add unto this evil. When the Most High, I keep saying God, when the Most High is a power over peace, you're allowing this other culture, a culture that does not belong to you originally. You're allowing this culture to enter into your temple, and make you do things that you wouldn't regularly do as true Hebrew Israelites. With that being said, I am an indigenous Hebrew. I'm also a conscientious objector and a minister of peace. Hebrew Israelite out.